When family members of missing persons are called to the remote shores of a lake by mysterious Charlotte Reeves, they find more than they bargained for. Something is waiting for them, something murderous and covered in feathers. Now they are on the run in this tongue-in-beak homage to creature features from years gone by. This is no day at the beach. This is the night of the Wererooster. I'm Corey.
And I'm Paul.
And we are the B-Movie Bros.
Here review B-movies to the best of our ability.
Sometimes we get off topic, but randomness is a gift. This week, as we continue our journey through Bird Month here in November, we are taking a look at the 2015 movie, Night of the Wererooster, which we watched on Amazon Prime because it's free on there, and it has to do with birds.
Why not?
Let's dive right into this shit with our technical difficulties, top and bottom three of this movie. Let's try and get the three best out of the way because it was really hard to come up with three good things for this movie, wasn't it?
Nearly impossible, yeah.
For me, I say number three. The visual quality of this movie was actually pretty nice. On my HD TV, I could always see what was happening and didn't have to question whether or not I saw something. Number two, this movie is about a wererooster, and there's a character named Colonel Sanders. It's a joke because, you know, KFC, which I actually think is pretty funny and, you know, always nice to see someone throw a Colonel Sanders joke in there. But not only that, he happens to travel the globe hunting monsters of all sorts. So, he's a pretty cool guy.
They should have had him played by Bernie Sanders. That would have been interesting.
Number one, the concept of a movie based around a wererooster. I really like it. It's not often that you see, you know, a were movie other than werewolves. So, something like a wererooster, that could be pretty cool.
For me, number three, the audio and visual quality of this movie was decent. I could hear the movie the entire time and see it, whether I wanted to or not. Number two, most of the women in this movie were pretty hot, so that's a plus. And number one, there was a twist ending. So that's, you know, kind of cool, I guess.
What a twist! Well, let's take a look at the bottom three. Now, transversely, it was really, really hard to narrow it down to three things because there's so much fucking shit in this movie that I could put on this list. It would be 7 days long.
I think a top 100 bottom would be better.
Maybe that would do, but it might have to be a little longer. Number three, there is virtually no gore, and there is absolutely no nudity in this movie. And for all the other shortcomings of this movie, those are two important things that you should have put in here, and it really would have boosted my score. Number two, did we really need the flashback of Lou talking with Aunt Lou? Lou is a chick, by the way, and Aunt Lou is also a chick, talking about never saying thank you to a man to explain why, even though Buddy just saved you from drowning to death, you didn't say thank you, only to kill you off 2 minutes later in the movie? Why did we have a flashback that made up the majority of your screen time? Your flashback was longer than all the other time you spent in this movie. Why the fuck are we developing this character just to kill her? Is this the fucking Walking Dead? No, it is not. Don't develop her just to kill her off right after. Number one, we never get to see the wererooster. This movie is called Night of the Wererooster. Is the wererooster in the movie? Supposedly, he's talked about. People die by his claws and beak. However, we never actually get to see it on screen. We're teased. We get a feather here, a feather there. We get a character turning into the wererooster. It shows the beak coming out of his mouth, and then it jump cuts to something else. And I'm like, what the fuck? You are such a cock tease, you bastard. I want to see a goddamn wererooster.
Definitely gives a new definition to the word cock tease. So, number three, I can't believe this movie didn't go with the title Night of the Werecock. It seems like the obvious choice to me. Maybe there's some porn out there with that title and they were afraid of a lawsuit or something. I don't know, but it's definitely a much better title than Night of the Wererooster. Number 2, just about every joke in this movie fell short. They were either too obvious, poorly timed, repetitive, or just plain not funny. I don't know how anyone can fail this badly at telling jokes, but I don't think I laughed a single time during it. It's supposedly supposed to be a comedy. Number 1, it's called Night of the Wererooster. Yet we never actually see a wererooster. We hear about the wererooster, and we see it in a human form, yet we never actually see a human rooster hybrid. What the fuck? Also, no boobs.
You know, we didn't really touch upon it, but the dialogue pretty much sucks in this movie. But we got a couple golden eggs here, so let's give ourselves a little bit of a quote war.
Quote war. Quote war. Cock-a-doodle-doo, you son of a bitch.
I don't want to like you, because I don't want to care if you get killed.
Come on, you motherfucking son of a cock. Where are you? I'll kill you.
Come on, chicken boy. Time to face Colonel Sanders. And that ends this episode's edition of Quote War. If you've seen this movie and have a favorite quote or would like to say anything else about it, you can leave us a comment here on SoundCloud or over at our website, bmoviebros.com. I think it's time we give this movie our final take, where we give it a score on our shot scale. Remember, friends, that our shot scale is a reverse scale. 1 to 10, 1 being the best, 10 being the worst. How many shots do you need to get through this movie? Paul?
I give this a 6 out of 10.
Surprisingly, so did I.
Seems like the perfect score for it.
Well, I say that Night of the Wererooster is a disappointment. The title and promise from the trailer make it sound great, but it just isn't. Bad lines, bad acting, and the absence of an on-screen wererooster make this one of the biggest cock teases of a movie I've ever seen. It's not a bad movie, but just nothing happens for so long that when something actually does happen, the movie goes back to nothing happening for the last 10 minutes. And it's just a disappointment.
Night of the Wererooster was easily one of the most forgettable movies I've seen in a while. Nothing about it stands out. The jokes weren't funny, the plot was stupid, and the pacing was so slow that I kept forgetting that I was actually watching a movie. I don't even remember most of the characters' names. In fact, there were a few times when I was confused because I saw a character who I had forgotten about and just thought it was someone randomly thrown into the movie. They attempt to give certain characters backstories to serve as motivations for later actions, but it's hard to tell if these backstories are supposed to be funny or serious. The tone of this movie is confused, as it tries to accomplish too many things and comes off looking like a complete mess. On top of all that, the worst crime this movie commits is the fact that there is no fucking wererooster. When they finally show that supposed wererooster and the werehens, they appear as normal humans. What the fuck was even the point? They couldn't have even bothered to buy a fucking chicken mask. Even that would have been better than what we got, which is fucking nothing. I really can't recommend this movie to anyone. It's definitely not the worst movie I've seen. However, it's so hollow and lifeless that I almost wish it was worse. So at least I'd have something more to talk about.
Oh, wait. Was I just watching Night of the Wererooster again?
Oh, we were talking about it, but yeah, that was my thoughts exactly.
Oh, okay. I was so bored I started yawning. I thought I was watching the movie again. So we know not everyone likes to watch the same kind of shit that we do. So we like to give every B movie that we review an A movie companion. Tell you how a movie of a higher class and higher standard is the same exact movie as the one we just reviewed. For me, I picked the 2012 film The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey.
I picked Jurassic World from 2015.
The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey is an A-movie version of Night of the Wererooster because in both movies, a group of individuals are invited to meet to go on a journey of some sort. In both movies, lots of walking through the woods are involved. In both movies, there's an old wise man with a beard, Gandalf in The Hobbit, and Colonel Sanders in Night of the Wererooster. Both movies feature supernatural or fantasy creatures. In both movies, there is a blade that glows blue when monsters are nearby, whether it be supernatural creatures or orcs. Both movies have a main character that becomes something he didn't set out to become in the beginning, whether it be an adventurer or a wererooster.
And both movies are terrible. So I picked Jurassic World as an A-movie companion for Night of the Wererooster because both movies have people coming to a secluded area to see a creature or creatures that don't exist anywhere else in the world. Both movies revolve around some sort of hybrid creature. The wererooster is supposed to be some kind of hybrid rooster-human in Night of the Wererooster, and the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World was created using the DNA of various dinosaur species. Both hybrid creatures are rabid and kill people, and both movies are somehow related to dinosaurs. Jurassic World features an entire theme park full of dinosaurs, and various species of birds, such as chickens, evolved from certain species of dinosaurs. So that is why Jurassic World is an A-movie version of Night of the Wererooster.
So there you have it. If you want to watch an A-movie version of Night of the Wererooster, check out The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, or Jurassic World. Now I think it's time to get on to, what I really need here, and that's how to drink away the flick. Drink away this flick. Come on and grab your drink. Let's drink away this flick.
Bum, 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 bum.
So we're going to give you some drinking games to get through this movie. I'll give you some, then Paul will give you some. Number 1, anytime someone says Colonel Sanders, take a drink. Number 2, whenever you hear banjo music, take a drink. Number 3, whenever someone dies off screen, take a drink. Number 4, anytime Bobby says anything sexual, take a drink. And, of course, number 5, because it is Bird Month, anytime someone gets to use their bird, take a drink.
Every time Lou gets pissed off about her name or someone looking at her tits, take a drink. Every time there's a flashback, take a drink. Every time someone says that there are no bears in the woods, take a drink. And every time that one bearded guy accuses that other bearded guy of getting his father killed, take a drink.
And those are your ways to drink away this flick. So we've come to a point where we've watched multiple movies this Bird Month. So let's rank them. For me, number 2 has been Night of the Wererooster. It's forgettable. It's shitty. There's not much good to have with it. Number 1, that means, is Birdemic, Shock and Terror. The failure so bad that it wins.
Yeah, I had the exact same ranking. Night of the Wererooster just was so boring and forgettable that it was so hard to come up with anything good about it. Birdemic, on the other hand, was so horrible that you just can't help but have a good time watching it. And apparently, as I found out recently, it was meant to be a serious film. This was meant to actually be a serious social commentary on the environment, which is just fucking beautiful.
He means Birdemic, folks, not
Yes.
Night of the Wererooster. So if you want to join us next week, we will be continuing Bird Month with the 2006 Trauma musical Poultrygeist,
Oh,
Night
God.
of the Chicken Dead.
This fucking movie.
And now I know for a fact we actually will get to see chicken monsters on screen in this film.
Whether we want to or not.
So remember, friends, until next time, be brave, be alive, be back next week.